In addition to not negotiating with President Trump on border security proposals, Democratic objections also include the argument that President Trump's classification of a crisis along the southern border overstates the situation. Joining me now is a former Border Patrol agent, Victor Avila, and I'm also pleased to welcome Sabine Durden. Sabine is an angel mother. Her son, Dominique, was killed by an immigrant who was in the country illegally. Thank you both for joining us. And Sabine, firstly, our condolences for your loss. Your son, Dominique, was killed by an illegal immigrant with 2 felonies and 2 DUIs. Tell us your story.
Dominic was 30 years old, was working for the Riverside Sheriff's 911 Dispatch Center, and he was on his way to work on July 12, 2012, when an illegal alien with 2 felonies, 1 deportation, a DUI he received probation for, even though he had no license and was there illegally. He got his second DUI while on probation and then got probation again. And 5 weeks later, he turned his truck, unregistered, unlicensed, uninsured truck, in front of my son on his motorcycle and killed him immediately, instantly. And that was my only child. I'm a legal immigrant. So it was a double whammy with what I'm hearing now.
Sabine, Democrats say that it is the minority of illegal aliens that commit crimes, that it's not fair to punish all illegal aliens, and that it is, in fact, immoral to build a wall. What do you say to that?
I tell them that it's immoral that I have to have the ashes of my child, my only child, in a box, in an urn. And why are they defending illegals? There should be 0 crime by illegal aliens in our country. 0. If it's 1 victim, 100, 1,000, 10,000, it don't matter. Illegal aliens have no right to be here. I had to come their legal way, and they should as well. And if they don't qualify, well, there's a reason. We have a system for that. It's called an immigration system, and it needs to be enforced. And I think it's high and mighty they get with it and get behind our president, because just a couple of years ago, they were all for border walls and security and all that. What changed? They're running out of voters. That's what my take is on that. They should be ashamed, because immoral is what they keep doing to the American people because of illegal aliens.
Victor, the Democrats are saying that the president is, quote, manufacturing the crisis on the border. What do you say to that?
This is not a manufactured crisis. This crisis has been going on the border for many years. It is real and it is ongoing. It is time to take action, and it's time to do something about this border security. And I understand that the wall is a controversy that's causing all this, but the wall, it's important to understand, it's part of immigration reform. And the way to begin an immigration reform, which a lot of us understand that is needed, is by securing the border. And the first way, and you start by doing that, is by building the wall. And starting from there to then move on to the asylum loopholes that are being exploited right now with all the children and people from Central America coming over.
Sabine, you've lost a son in this crisis. What do you say to this allegations of a manufactured crisis?
Well, like I showed you the ashes of my only child, and I've met so many other families that lost loved ones. It's a crisis when people are breaking into our country. If anybody at home has 50 people running into their house without knocking, without being asked in, it would be considered a crisis. It is absolutely a crisis when people do not abide by the laws to come into our country. It's not manufactured. I didn't drag my son anywhere and threw him in front of the truck. It is a crisis, and I'm fighting this so other people don't have to. We created an organization called aviac.us, Advocates for Victims of Illegal Alien Crime, so other people can find out what their rights are, because I was by myself. I had nobody tell me, and the killer of my son got a deal from the judge. Even though he was here illegally, he had more rights than my son. He received a misdemeanor, 9 months with 5 years probation, and he served 35 days. Any American would be in jail still. It's a crisis. It's not manufactured, and it's such an insult when they say that. Sometimes I'm speechless in front of the TV watching them. They know it is a crisis. They are trying to just lie about it and make up things because their hate for our president is bigger than the love for this country.
Victor, the argument is made that $5.7 billion is too much money, that it's a waste of money, and that a wall will not be effective, that people can climb over the wall, they can tunnel under the wall. What is your response?
The wall is needed, and it's another tool. And it's just incredible how the disconnect exists between what's going on in real everyday life on the border from the reality of that Congress sees. I don't understand, and it's very difficult to wrap your head around how they cannot see what really is happening over there. I worked on the border for most of my career, and I worked in Mexico. The violence, the level of organized crime, the terrorism that some of these drug cartels should be labeled as and designated as are right there, right behind the wall, right behind the actual border where we need the wall. It is important to have the wall and give these agents the support and the tools that they need to better do their job. And it's important also to support the men and women of the U.S. Border Patrol and Customs and Border Protection and ICE and all these federal agencies along the border. They need our support at this time.
And just to be clear, the proposal also includes money to hire another 750 Border Patrol agents, 75 more immigration judges, plus support staff, as well as money to fund medical support teams and temporary facilities to house those arrested after entering the country illegally. So not just money towards that physical security barrier. Victor Avila, thank you so much. Thank you for your service. Sabine Durden, thank you. And again, thank you for sharing your story with us.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.